Welcome to day 2.
Of the 5th Global Mental Health Action Network Annual Meeting. And it's so nice to see all those smiles, and I hope you got well rested last night. Even some of you I found along the waterfront and even had time to bond with other national partners. So it's nice to see all this connection happening in real life.
Yes, agreed. Um, this morning, we also want to send a special salam umbarak. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Salam Eid Mubarak,
Yes,
everyone.
Eid Mubarak.
Happy Eid al-Adha to our brothers and sisters.
And for anyone who would like to pray throughout across the day, there is a prayer room on the 3rd floor. So you
On
can
the
take,
R level, yeah.
yes,
R level.
on our level. So you can take the escalators or the
Yeah, you can take the lift past this hallway, past the comfort room, which have the 2 lifts, which goes all the way up to the R level, for those who wish to pray and take their time.
So yesterday was an impactful day. It was full of so much in-depth conversation, so much insightful comments from everyone, from our panelists, even the discussions during the lunchtimes and the breaks. There's so much information to take in. But I think for me, if I had to reflect maybe on just 1 or 2 things, a key point would be that we need to have a unified voice when it comes to mental health advocacy. And we realize that there are some commonalities in the struggles that we have experienced in our countries. And even though we may vary in time zones, we have common problems, and I think if we have a unified voice and unified messaging, we can come together to have really great global impact. And in addition to that, having education and promoting education campaigns throughout the life course from childhood to old age, I think that we will be able to have really great impact throughout all of our campaigns.
Indeed, Steph. My takeaway from yesterday is that it's so great to see how each of us has this shared passion. Each of us has this kindled fire where when we come together, it becomes stronger and stronger, and the call for collective action becomes even louder in this room and even beyond. And I wanted to say hi to our virtual participants. You are seen, you are heard, and thank you for joining us today.
I would like to hear now from maybe 1 or 2 of our participants in the room. What are your key takeaways from yesterday? I'll take like 2 persons. If you would like to raise your hand, we can have a mic come around to share.
Yeah, maybe our virtual participants can also feel free to share their thoughts online. But any volunteer from this side, perhaps?
Yeah?
Yes.
Am I audible? Is it good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Astha from Sense International India. So thank you everyone here. First of all, thank you for organizing this. And Eid Mubarak to everyone. So for my yesterday key takeaway would definitely, as you said, unified voice. Other than that, what I liked was connecting with all the people. It was just not in the conference, but also after that there were like socials where we all connected. And one thing that I really liked is that everyone has different problems, but one of the things that was talked again and again repeatedly was about stigma and how advocacy or awareness is something which is very important when we are talking about mental health in different perspectives. It might be for implementation or learning about practices. Another thing that really I had a conversation with many different people, and that learning was that we are doing so many things, right, that is happening all around the world, but sometimes there is a bridge in communicating that this is happening. So, you know, we are doing that again and again, and it's not being shared. The knowledge is not being shared, so it cannot be uplifted or upheld by someone who has experience in that. So bridging that gap, I think so here when we are connecting with everyone, that bridging becomes very important. And yesterday, with different conversations that were happening and through the sessions and all this, I learned that there are also another perspectives which come in, right? So if you are talking about that, this is what I'm doing, and they are like, okay, we did similar work, but then this is what we implemented, and this did wonders for our, or this is what we did, but it did not work out, but you know, how about we adapt this in a manner and it will work for you? So that bridging the knowledge that is there, that is something what's a key takeaway for me yesterday.
Lovely.
Thank you.
A round of applause. Oh,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think that bridging that gap is why United for Global Mental Health is so important for building that network with persons from across the world, and you can learn from each other. Because as you said, a lot of us are doing similar things, and once we connect and we learn from our, what's worked, what hasn't worked in different contexts, we can make better initiatives and better campaigns. Does anybody on this side want to share? Yes?
yes, please. Thank you, Ali.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good. My name is Jikombore Rotsiga. I'm coming from an organization called Friendship Bench in Zimbabwe.
lovely.
We're working with community grandmothers to deliver. All right. I don't need to introduce Friendship Bench. Fantastic. So I think one of the lessons that I learned when we were in the Data for Advocacy group, it was very impactful for me because it had me with a question. So it was a takeaway, but a big question for our organization, because we're not necessarily an advocacy organization, but the question that I was left with, what does advocacy mean for implementing organization? We are collecting data of our impact. We are talking to government. We have been included in the National Plan for Mental Health in the government. We are working with primary health care facilities. We are edifying the community health worker database. And while we are just doing our everyday work of delivering therapy, so one of the things that I was thinking about or reflecting on was documenting the indirect advocacy we're doing as we do implementation, and documenting and sharing those stories, because there is a piece of advocacy that we just don't name advocacy. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you very much for that.
Indeed, that's something that's worth learning from everyone, right? Especially when you document it and share your stories. And mind you, I could really say Friendship Bench was very generous in sharing their thoughts online. I could see them use the hashtag GMHAN 2023. So how do we continue the conversation, Steph?
Yes. Wait, before we get started on that, on continuing conversation, I would like to see if there's anybody from online who would like to share their responses.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, we have a message from Suraj, who's joining us from Nepal, to say, I'm very pleased to hear everyone and their solidarity and togetherness to achieve common goals yesterday.
Thank you very much, Raj. And thank you for joining us online over the past 2 days as well. Now, we really want to get jumped into today. We have a lot of sessions packed. We have a full day 2. But I want to encourage everyone to continue posting on social media, continue using the hashtag GM, Global Mental Health Action Network 2023, so GMHAN 2023. Continue posting on LinkedIn, Twitter, social media, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, everything, all of the tags. And remember to also tag United for Global Mental Health, as well as their new Instagram page, Global for Mental Health Insta as well. Before we get...
By the way, Steph, June is almost over, so we want to greet all our brothers and sisters from the LGBTQIA+. Happy Pride Month! So visibility and inclusion is very much important, especially in creating safe space. So this is also my way of inviting everyone to join us what we call the Inner Elton campaign. So we have here a photo booth ready for later that will be available over lunch break until the end of the session. Join me here.
Yes.
So
you can join
later
me.
on, you'll be able to post this online, and the Elton John AIDS Foundation would be happy to amplify this, whether you're in Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. So what's the Inner Elton campaign about? So it's a celebration of all the gains that have been made and the gains that we are working towards. So the Elton John AIDS Foundation is inviting everyone, all supporters and allies, to draw inspiration from its compassionate, fearless leaders around the world to let your inner Elton out and show your more authentic self. So talk about feathered boa, talk about statement glasses. So hopefully you can make use of those souvenirs, or rather props in order to post your selfies or your photos online. So we invite you everyone to participate in this campaign later.
Thank you very much. And one last thing before we hand over to our wonderful Waves of Change team. We would like everyone to continue to visit the Human Library, that they're still operational. I visited yesterday and they have wonderful pamphlets, wonderful stickers, great books. So please take some time today to visit the Human Library as well.
Yes, I love the reminders. Be kind to your mind.
Yes.
So please do get those badges.
Okay, so without further ado, I would like to hand over now to our wonderful Waves of Change team to come and take over for the rest of the morning. Thank you, everyone.
May we call in Paula?
So much. Morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. Cool. So thank you so much for coming early. It's my job just to welcome you all to the Waves for Change session this morning. So I met most of you yesterday. My name's Paula. I'm the Development Director at Waves for Change. So all things research, all things funding and partnerships, come and talk to me. I think a lot of you already met a couple of our team yesterday. So we've got the amazing Jose and Robyn that you already met. They're going to come introduce themselves in a moment. Robyn's actually going to be, during this session, helping manage all of our lovely participants online. Lovely to meet you all. We're going to be including you as much as we can. So we're all a bit nervous, full disclosure, but we're going to be very brave, not perfect today. We want to introduce you to a bit of the Waves for Change vibe, the Waves for Change energy. It's going to be a really fun, interactive session, I hope. We've brought a couple extra of our team today. They very kindly joined us. So I'm just going to welcome them up to the stage to introduce themselves properly. And then, asking for full participation in the room and online, please. Okay. Snap claps to intro us all to the room. Cool. So Kelly, do you want to come up, and Ash, and just introduce yourselves?
Hi everyone, I'm Kelly from Waves for Change, and
hi, I'm Ash.
and we're from the Training and Partnerships team at Waves for Change. So we're excited to be here today, and yes, as Paula said, full participation because it's going to be fun. Thank you guys.
Okay guys, I'm Jose Peffer. I'm also part of Waves for Change, and my role is, I serve the role as a training and development officer at Waves for Change. So with that being said, all the introductions, I think it's time to get to the fun stuff. Like Paula said, we're going to have some fun today. So I would like everyone to stand up. People online, please stand up and join us. Okay, I need more space because I'm a very energetic person. Okay, so we would like to open up the floor, open up our session by doing something called a kilo. Yesterday, most of us in our sessions, there were some presentations where people or facilitators actually mentioned this word kilo, right? So this morning, we would like to open up the floor by doing a welcome kilo. And this welcome kilo was just to welcome you guys back, welcome our new guests, as well as welcome the people online. So how does a welcome kilo go? We are all going to shout together. Let's give ourselves a welcome kilo. Then this is what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Kilo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You are welcome. So you just point to everyone. You are welcome. But I need you guys to shout. I need you guys to show me energy. So that means your body language speaks. Nah? Okay, so don't be shy. Safe space, right? Safe space. Okay. On the count of 3. You remember how it goes, right? Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's give ourselves a welcome kilo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Kilo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You are welcome. Awesome stuff. I'll hand over to Kelly now to take us away, and after that, we will definitely have some more fun. Thank you, guys.
Hello? There we go. Cool. Thank you so much, Jose, for welcoming us all into the space. So yeah, today we just want to welcome you to our session. Our job as a training team and our passion is to equip our coaches that run our sessions at Waves to Change with powerful knowledge, transferable skills, and resources that will promote these safe spaces and foster strong connections. So we're dedicated to helping our coaches comprehend well-being theories and information that informs our program design and delivery of our program. So the session we want to share with you all today is titled Stress Relief. This session is run with our coaches at Waves for Change and deepens the understanding of how the body responds to stress. And we're going to share practical tools that the coaches share with our children to regulate their stress response. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Jose, who's going to run us through a fun practical session. So I hope you guys are all ready for that. Thank you, Jose.
Stuff. Thank you, Mr. Mike, man at the back. Okay, so guys, before we head out, because this practical activity that we're going to do with you guys now, we need you guys to leave your bags here and join us outside. But before we do that, it's important that I introduce something that we use at Waves for Change just to keep order, keep control, and when we want you guys to actually listen to us when you guys are going wild, we say something, sisonke, simunye. So whenever you hear me shout out, sisonke, you shout out. And when you hear me shout out, simunye, you shout out. But remember, you must give it some flavor. Listen to me. Sisonke, simunye. Now you see the flavor I give. So when we go out there and you hear me shout out, simunye, sisonke, you must shout out as well as give me some flavor. All good? And for the guys online, we have something that we're going to share with you guys online that you guys are going to spend some time watching. It's basically related to what myself and my team and the audience are going to practice outside. And for those that don't know what simunye sisonke means, it means one for all for one, togetherness. All good? Okay. So in Afrikaans, we would say, losi sakke. In English, leave the bags, leave the coffees, and join me outside. Let's go, guys. Follow me, follow me.